Men who like to keep their morning routine simple will love these multi-for-him gummies, specially formulated with 12 key nutrients designed to support men's daily nutritional needs. Nature-made multi-for-him gummies help support muscle and bone health. It improves your immune health, and it increases your energy metabolism. With the quality you can trust, Nature-made multi-for-him gummies have no artificial flavors, no synthetic dyes, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial sweeteners, and is gluten-free. Pharmacists around the world have recommended Nature-Made to be the #1 vitamin and supplement brand. So when you need something that's going to help you get you through the day, when you need something that's going to increase your energy to help you get you through that workout, to make you perform as an elite athlete at the top of your ability, try Nature-Made multi-for-him gummies, because you don't want to stop
to the 12th round.
Welcome to the Terror Dome. You should be heading home, cause you could bring all of your ninjas and the Technodrome. I rip right through your flesh and bone and mental capacity. Flood your mind with atrocities and copious tragedies. This dark Sabbath is a lesson in street. Behold the church of the ghetto, feel the words when I preach. Amen. Let the Lord say a prayer for they don't end up in front of someone banging their trigger. Living life like a war pig. Fuck the law, I'm getting mine. Let the others figure what the cost is. Purchasing the fortress of gorgeous acres enormous. Car park full of foreigners and women just waiting on us. We living the dream. Y'all living like hell is earthbound. We are not the same. You've been a lame since first, pal. I don't feel sorry. I recommend they go dirt bound. Doggy dog world, and you've been looking like Chuck Brown.
Well, beautiful people, best damn nation. It is Wednesday, and you know what time it is. It is the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. I am your humble host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. First of all, if you see this man in a dark alley, run. He will beat you up, take your sneakers, and throw your ass in the trash can. He is a green-eyed bandit. He fights people. Sometimes he bites people. He's your mama's favorite wrestler, and he can whoop your daddy ass, the one and only Roosevelt, the fighter. What's happening?
What's going on, Brian? Let's make one thing clear. The only reason why I would take a man's sneakers is to make sure he ain't trying to follow me when I leave. That's it. That's it. And now, if you got some Timberlands, all them things going.
Timberlands is such a New York thing. That's such a New York thing.
Yeah, such a New York thing. What's going on, Brian? How you feeling, man?
Oh man, feeling pretty good, man. Can't call it, man. It's the road to WrestleMania, so it's a whole bunch of
the road
to
WrestleMania. And if you're not excited, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you needs to do to make you excited, because we got a lot of things to talk about. And before we get to them, we're going to shout out our two sponsors really quick. Nature-Made, you know all about the vitamins and supplements, and we're going to shout out to the WWE Shop.com. If you are a fanatic of the WWE, there it is. If you want to get some apparel, some wrestling belts, you want to get a hat, you want to get a scarf, you want to get a headband, a wristband, an armband, make sure you follow our link to the WWE Shop. And we would drop that in our Best Damn Wrestling Podcast Facebook group on the Facebook page. Make sure you follow us on Facebook so that way you could be in the know and connected to all our sponsors. let's get to your favorite sandwich, your favorite segment. Let's get to it.
I thought you said my favorite sandwich. I'm about to say y'all could use a turkey sandwich,
I ain't gonna
turkey
hold you.
soup,
I'm hungry too.
turkey
I'm
soup
hungry
sandwich
too.
right about now.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we
But
got
yeah,
on the
shout out
show,
to
real quick,
huh?
before we got on the show, ladies and gentlemen, he called me the most healthiest, unhealthy man he'd ever seen, or maybe the unhealthy, healthiest man, something like that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I tell you all the time, I work out a lot, and my workouts are so extreme that I can eat whatever I want. I'm a grown ass man. I eat whatever I want, and I got me some Doritos because I was hungry.
For this man to be
following up with a Gatorade.
For this man to be a fitness instructor, for this man to be a health fanatic and a nut the way that he is, he eats horrible. Every time I see him, he got some Doritos, some Takis. He just held up Gatorade, which is not healthy for you at all. Enjoy that red dye 40 with them natural flavors, sir.
Oh boy.
Well, you most healthiest, unhealthy brother I've met. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I tell you,
yeah.
Your level, your activity has to supersede whatever you eat, man. So I'm good.
Absolutely, man. Well, shoot. You know why we here. We got to get into it. And I hate that we broadcast on Wednesday, man, because when stuff happens, it's like it takes so long for our time to come around to be able to talk about it. And I know the world has already been talking about Elimination Chamber, man. It's just so much to unpack, so much stuff that happened at Elimination Chamber. So we got to bring it to you. Beautiful people, we got to do this. And you know, this is one of my favorite subjects right now. It's Hot Topics. Elimination Chamber just happened. We didn't know how Elimination Chamber was, and right before Elimination Chamber happened, we kind of criticized the event. You know what I'm saying? I know personally, I said, you know, I prefer the Elimination Chambers of old. You know what I'm saying? They were a lot more brutal, a lot more stuff going on. I said that the women will have to step up to make it interesting because there was a lot more on the line for the men. And boy, did the women's Elimination Chamber match, did they step up and stand the test of time? Because the women threw down. Personally, I enjoyed the women's Elimination Chamber more than the men's. And you just call me whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? But I personally enjoyed the women's Elimination Chamber more. First of all, shout out to all the women that's in this match, but Jade Cargill, I want to talk about Jade real quick. When Jade Cargill showed up, her music hit, and you can see the faces of Liv Morgan, you saw the face of Bianca Belair, and Naomi, and Jade marched down to the ring, stopped the ref from closing the gate, walked in there, looked at Liv Morgan, Liv like, I'm sorry. Naomi turned her head to look at Bianca for 1 second. And next time she came back, it was just a form. To the jump. And Jade proceeded to whoop the hell out of Naomi in front of Bianca Belair, who was her tag team partner, in front of her pod. But Bianca is in the pod freaking out. Oh my God, somebody let me out. What has happened there? Stop it. She started going crazy, crying, hysterical. You know, and Jade proceeded to pump kick Naomi after she put it in front of the pod. She pump kicked her into the pod. And then Naomi is bear crawling, trying to get out of the harm's way. Just bear crawling her way to the gate, and then Jade catches the door, slams the door on Naomi. I mean, the visuals of this was absolutely violent, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And me and my wife was in the house screaming, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" So I wish that I would have recorded my reaction to it. But wow, What an opening and what a comeback for Jade Cargill. Roosevelt, what did you think about it?
Man, listen, when she walked in there and I immediately knew she was going to go after Naomi. I immediately knew because the writings was on the wall. And the way she walked in and the way she kind of, if it had been Liv Morgan, she would have went right straight for her. It wouldn't have been no delay, no, you know what I'm saying, no stutter step, nothing. She would have ran. But the fact that she walked in and she looked and then she went after Naomi, I was like, yeah, I saw that coming. And shout out to Bianca and her performance. I mean, she was like Nettie on Color Purple.
And you will never
and Jay damn near killed Naomi. We're gonna be honest.
Yeah. Listen, that performance was great, and I don't know why WWE they can't win Emmys and stuff, man. I don't see why not. Just the acting alone with that segment was gold, bro.
Yes. And the implications of what they can do with this. I still don't think it was Naomi. I don't think it was Naomi. I don't think it was Bianca. I think it was Lash Legend. And I will tell you why.
Okay.
Lash Legend and her tag partner had issues with Bianca and Jay chasing after those tag titles. They never got them. How do you get those tag titles or a shot at them? You get them off the ones that you've been having an issue with. The closest individual in the WWE that could look like Naomi would be Lash Legend. And that could be the very thing that's all Jade saw was someone who looked like Naomi. Now, the way they can build this is if they want to do Bianca and Jade, do not reveal that it was Lash until that match happens.
I don't know if they're gonna go that direction, man. You kind of spit and hit, trying to spit into the water and hit a fish. I don't know if that's true, but I know what. Now I know we criticized the women's match before it actually happened, and I know we talked about if Jade Cargill come back, what would those implications mean? And I think that still stands true right now. That Jade is going to have to stand on her own too when it comes to the ring. Because Naomi, whether people want to give her credit for it or not, Naomi has been killing it in her matches as of late. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, Bianca is a ring general in there. So if Jade is going to be the true force of nature that I know Triple H wants her to be, she is going to have to stand on her own too in that ring, and she's going to have to look and match the power of Bianca and the creativity of Naomi. You know what I'm saying? So Jade, I absolutely know that she can, but she's going to have to prove a lot of people wrong as far as them saying that she can't wrestle or whatever the case may be. I think that she's put in the work. But hey, with this return that she just did, and she looked like $1,000,000. Like she looked like every bit of the investment that WWE put in her. I absolutely think that Jade Cargill can be that star. The next Bianca Belair, the next Charlotte Flair. I think that she could be that star in WWE. But she's going to have to prove a lot of people wrong.
My issue with all of this is there was nothing to follow up with it on Monday. It was just like it happened and Bianca's okay now. Like Bianca showed no type of, hey, what's happening with my friend? Is she okay? This, that, and third. How am I going to be able to fix this? Like it was nothing. Even after the match, y'all, granted, you won. That's wonderful. You're going to WrestleMania. Congratulations. But there was nothing, absolutely nothing after. And I'm just like, you got to follow up with something. You got to give us something. I get it. She went to go watch the women's match, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But it needed to be something to where her mind was focused on Naomi and Jade. And again, if they do this, and they do Bianca versus Jade, it's going to be a situation where there's a rift between the three of them. Like, I think, in my opinion, Naomi comes back, looks at Bianca like, yo, what was that all about? What was your girl jumping on me and whatever? Where was you?
Well, she was in the pod.
I get it. But after she got the pod, she went into the match, and I get it. You still got to win the match and everything else. But you stood on the ropes. You pointed to the WrestleMania sign, which is overdone to me. I think pointing at the WrestleMania sign is way overdone.
Man, I think it's part of the lure of WrestleMania to be able to do that.
But when you
have the moment,
point
to the sign is just as big as the moment as going to WrestleMania.
But when you have a moment when Jade comes into the ring, to the Elimination Chamber, and Molly Wops your homegirl, I think thinking about that sign is the last thing I'm going to do. And WWE should let her have that moment where she don't even acknowledge the sign. Boom, 1, 2, 3, I won. I'm out. I'm going to go check on my girl. Point at the sign later. Point at the sign after the women's match just past Monday. Point then. Let people know, hey, it's going to be me and you. We're going to do this right here and there. But in that moment, they should have stuck. They should have kept her mind on Naomi, to my opinion.
Okay. Well, I think that she did show concern for her friend while she was there after she got released from the pod, and then she immediately regretted it because Liv Morgan proceeded to snatch her hair. We're going to talk more about the match in a second, but Jade Cargill, man, just made one hell of an impression. And coming in to that match, the time that she did, I'm not sure what they're going to try to do for WrestleMania, if she is going to have a WrestleMania match or not. And if she does, maybe it's against Naomi. I think that'll be a great match. But is it WrestleMania worthy? I don't know. I think it can be. Naomi will put on a show. Jade will, do her thing. I don't know. It's a stat card, you know what I'm saying? But Best Damn Nation, let us know what you think about Jade Cargill coming back and returning and attacking Naomi. I think that was one hell of a moment. And if you haven't checked it out yet, go back and check out that moment with Jade Cargill attacking Naomi in the Elimination Chamber. I'm excited to see where they go with it. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think that it's going to be huge implications for the future. Let's go ahead and talk about this match, man, because this match has some really great spots. One of my favorite spots is when Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan was at the top of the cage, right? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, these women feel the need to pull on Bianca Belair's hair. Now, everybody knows the rule. Bianca will not use her hair unless you keep messing with her hair. Mm-hmm. Listen. When she was pulling on her hair, Liv was almost dangling from the cage, about to fall off, holding on to Bianca's hair. Bianca snatched her hair away from her and hit her with the whip. Listen, I was at the house. I feel like I got hit with a belt. I was like, ah. I felt that immediately. You know what I'm saying? That shit brought back flashbacks when I heard the sound. You know what I'm saying? I immediately saw the whips on Liv Morgan. I could see the blood that was pouring from my skin from when the hair whip hit her. I know that hurt. And everybody in the audience was like, ooh. Yeah, like, ooh. It was a collective ooh. Oh snap! That kind of went through the crowd, man, when that hair whip went off. I think that Bianca should use that more, man. I love it. I know her opponents hate that shit, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hear it, and whenever she used that hair whip. But I thought that was a great moment when she hit her with that whip. Like I say, every time I hear it, I get flashbacks. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what that sounded like. It was like, shit, I actually hit it. I'm saying, I hate myself for real. Anyway, but that really hurt. That hair whip spot at Elimination Chamber was good, man. What's another good spot that you saw during the women's match that you liked?
Not necessarily a spot, but a moment for Roxanne Perez to go out there and really showcase her ability. I mean, this young girl really gets out there, and you can't tell that she's not one of the superstars on the roster. Like, she just came from NXT. I think she just lost the championship, and she is showcasing her ability. So shout out to Booker T, shout out to Roxanne Perez. Right. She's really holding her own with some big names in the WWE, and she should not be able to do that. And I don't think we've had a superstar to come up from another brand like NXT or Evolve in its days when it first came about to really come up and stand toe-to-toe and really showcase that they belong amongst the main roster people since Solo Sikoa.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And before him, I don't know who actually came up and was like, yeah, this is a main event player right here. So shout out to Roxanne Perez for going out there and getting busy.
I think Braun had that air about him, but it's still, they had to introduce the crowd to Braun a little bit, and Braun had to. He's still trying to find his way. He's still finding his way right now. I think you're right. Roxanne Perez just stepped in, and she's like, I belong here. Mm-hmm. And I think that Roxanne should have came to the main roster a long time ago, but maybe the timing wasn't right because they didn't have anything for her or the direction that she was going to go. Now, do I think that she's going to be a main event player on the main roster when she does transfer over? I don't know, because the women's division is so stacked right now, and Roxanne Perez, I don't know. Like, I don't know if she's strong enough that people will want to come and just watch her wrestle and be a main event draw. You know what I'm saying?
You have to put her in the ring with somebody that can allow her to, you know what I'm saying, to get her over. We got to put her in the ring with somebody that'll get her over and allow her to get on the mic. Like, as long as she can get on the mic and talk her trash and then get in the ring and you help her get over, should be fine.
I don't think that Roxanne is that. And I know that she's had a lot of different feuds, and I love that about Roxanne Perez. But I don't think that she's all that great on the microphone yet. And I think that she's still kind of finding her way as a heel, because it's like, I don't believe it. I don't know. I'm trying hard to like believe what she's saying. And I know that a lot of women don't really see her as a threat because she is on the shorter side. You know what I'm saying? But Roxanne Perez is really good in that ring, and she can go on the microphone. Like, she can have banter, but I don't know where she fits on the main roster, and we'll see. And it's been a lot of NXT women's call-ups lately. I think the only real success story I can't say the only because there's been two. The two main success stories from the last NXT call-ups was Tiffany Stratton and Lara Valkyria.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now Lara is the U.S. women's? No, she's the Intercontinental Women's Champion, and Tiffany Stratton is the Women's Champion right now. So I mean, they did great when they came up, but we saw some people that didn't have such a great run. You know what I'm saying? And I know I got their faces in my head right now, but I can't remember their names. But it was a couple of people that got called up, and it was wet farting the wind. They did nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Zoe Starks is one. Zoe Starks.
Zoe Stark. I can't really say that because Zoe Starks, when she came up to main roster, she got busy. Now she didn't do anything as far as like winning the championship or making a real impact because the fans really still don't know where to place her. Indy Hartwell was one. Indy Hartwell, and for some reason they brought Indy Hartwell up while she was still NXT champion, and I'm like, damn, she didn't really have an opportunity to get herself over like that. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She didn't really get a chance to find her footing as NXT Women's Champion before she was called up the main roster, and then she was just like a sidekick to Candice LeRae, and they did nothing. And then they got rid of Eddie Hartwell, and then Candice LeRae started going with Nia for some strange reason. But Kiara James is another one that they called up, and that shocked me because I was like, oh, she's not ready. Is it Katana? I'm sorry, Katana James. Is Katana James?
Katana. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Katana. I think it's Katana James. Yeah. So
Katana Chance.
Yeah, but yeah, so she came up. They didn't do anything with her either, and she really couldn't find her character in NXT yet. So I was surprised why they called her up. I think when she finally did, start getting some momentum, they called her up, and I was like, I don't know where she's gonna fit in at. And so I think a lot of these women that's coming up from NXT is going to have that same kind of issue unless they already have characters established, like Stephanie. What's her last name? Stephanie.
I can't.
Val something for Vicarious something. Yeah. So NXT they have a great product, man, and they do have one of the greatest women's division in all of wrestling. I can honestly say that. I mean, they got some talent down there, but there has to be some better transitioning or something to help them get ready to transition to main roster and to get on board with how those shows like SmackDown and Raw flow. You know what I'm saying? So they can have a better fit on those shows. So, but shout out to Roxanne Perez, man. Roxanne Perez did her thing in Elimination Chamber. I was super proud of her. She was holding her own. She looked great in there, and I thought she was going to take it to the end, man. I thought they were going to put the rocket boots on Roxanne for a second. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she did her thing, and she ended up getting eliminated. But she had a great showing, man. And I think that WWE, every time they put home on the PLE, she's been showing out. And so I think they have a lot of promise from Roxanne Perez in the future. But Bianca Belair was your winner, man. And I think that I was excited and both shocked that Bianca Belair won that match. I thought for sure that they was going to take her ass out. I did too. I thought they were going to take her out.
It was going to be Bayley. I was really hoping it was going to be Bayley because I'm like, that would have been, and especially with, I know we can already talk about it with Io Sky winning the title this past Monday. Bayley and Io would have.
Bayley would have made more sense.
Yes, way more.
And Bayley and Io at WrestleMania would have been the better story. I did want to see Bianca and Rhea. I thought 100% that Rhea Ripley was going to win that fight on Monday, but Io Sky has always won against Rhea Ripley. So Rhea Ripley has never beat Io Sky from NXT to main roster, and so she lost that bout because she was paying way too much attention to Bianca, and then her and Bianca started jaw jacking, which they were cool. So in this business, man, it's really hard to keep friends. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to keep a good friend, man. And then especially when, paychecks and belts come around, you know what I'm saying? It's every man for themselves, man. And I think a lot of people, I personally wanted to see Bianca versus Rhea Ripley. I've been wanting to see that for years. And they've always tagged, and I'm pretty sure that they've had some matches against each other on dark shows and stuff like that.
Well, NXT, they've had
NXT for sure. They had some matches in NXT. Yes. But I really wanted to see them, who they are now, against each other. And I thought that was going to be a great match. But low key, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, that's going to be a fire match too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at it, because even though I did want to see Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, they're going to tear the damn house down. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a great fight too. A lot of people are sleeping on that. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe they had a rivalry on NXT as well.
Yeah.
They've had a rivalry on NXT
too. They have had a rivalry in NXT. And so Io Sky is very comfortable facing those women, you know what I'm saying, because she's fought them before. And Io has a swagger about her that you can't really explain. You know what I'm saying? It's like she just got it. You know what I'm saying? And she's confident in her ability. She can't even speak English all that great. But the fans have rallied behind Io. Io has, just like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, Io has pockets of fans, depending on the town that she goes in. And those fans are really loud for Io Sky. So don't think that people are not rooting for Io, or that Io doesn't have footing when it comes to fan interaction, because she absolutely does in a lot of places, man. So I'm excited to see where they go. Like I say, personally, I would have loved to see Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley go at it, because that powerhouse versus powerhouse was going to be great. But maybe, just maybe, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair is the match that we need for WrestleMania. And I think they're going to tear the house down. So we'll see how that goes. But shout out to Bianca Belair for winning Elimination Chamber. And she will be facing Io Sky at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Man.
Did you see that insanity?
Huh?
I thought that the match was good. I knew they were going to go hard because they're friends. They love each other. And so when you're friends and you love each other and there's a different level of trust there, you could do some pretty evil, maniacal looking stuff, even if it might not be, it's still considered safe, quote unquote. They weren't trying to kill each other, but I can tell that. Well, they were trying to kill each other, but they were trying to kill each other safely. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They had one brutal fight, man, and I think it became uncomfortable for a lot of people, just off of the aesthetics of what Kevin Owens was doing to Sami, blase. Sami is a really great actor, man, and he's really great in that ring. And so I think a lot of people, they underestimate Sami in his matches and how good his matches actually are. The match is really good. For some reason, that match got overshadowed by everything else that was happening during that night. But they put on one hell of it was stiff. Sami versus KO was a really stiff, and it ushered in at the end the return of the one and only Randy Orton, which a lot of people was wondering where Randy was. And I think that Randy came in a little too late, bro. It's like it's Elimination Chamber, bro. I'm not sure if Randy is really worried about getting on this WrestleMania ticket. But this is crazy. Where does Randy Orton fit in WrestleMania?
It would have to be him and KO. They're going to have to just put him and Kevin Owens in there. I was really excited.
I don't even know if I want to see that again.
he gotta look, like as my mom used to say, you better go get your hit back. And he gotta get his hit back. And this is going to usher in, as you like to say, the Randy of old. You know what I'm saying?
We saw glimpses of we saw glimpses of that Randy when he was about to punt kick Kevin Owens in the face.
Yes.
And I was like, oh snap, he brought it back. He started lining them up to kick him in the face. And then they pulled him out.
I saw it before he even got to that point. I saw it when he stepped in there and he kind of looked around as he was getting ready to grab the chair, and he was like, and I said, yo, he gonna punt him. And I saw it because Kevin Owens was positioning himself for that moment. I was like, he's gonna kick him. He's gonna kick him. But as people said, and I totally agree, y'all did not stop Kevin Owens from doing everything he been doing with that power driver and beating the hell out of Sami Zayn that entire match. But the moment Randy Orton was getting ready to kick his head off, now you got a sense of urgency. Now everybody wants to jump in and save a man. Ridiculous. Let him get his head kicked off. We love you, Kevin Owens, but let him get his head kicked off.
Yeah, I wanted him to take his head off. But I think that the match that if they do Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, it needs to be a stipulation match. It can't be a regular match. Because it just gonna feel like a regular Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, whenever they wear whatever brand they're on now. It's just gonna feel like a regular match that they've had before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like a street fight or something, and it's gotta. I honestly say, you gotta put Kevin Owens over. Kevin Owens has to beat Randy Orton in that situation. Because Randy, I honestly feel like Randy's on his way out. You know what I'm saying? And he's part of the last of that era. Him and John Cena are the last two. So I think Randy's getting ready to transition his way out.
This is what I will say, and then we're gonna move on to the next match. I personally feel like a lot of the wrestlers that are in their 40s are in the best shape of their life.
Okay,
they have the best character development in their life. They're having some of the best matches on the cards, and they are given the least TV time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that for everybody, but when you think into the fact that AJ Styles is in his 40s, Randy Orton is in his 40s, Sheamus is in his 40s.
Mm-hmm. Punk ass Cena is in his 40s.
Cena is in his 40s.
Punk ass Cena, say it right.
We can talk about that in a second. A lot of these guys who we consider legends, I mean, hell, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, they knocking on the door of 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They 38, 39?
Yeah.
They right there. You know what I'm saying? And they're having some of the best matches in their careers right now. And it's something about that 40 lane
mm-hmm.
where wrestlers like really do some of their best work. I don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to have locker room leaders in the future or older wrestlers because it seems like they're starting to phase all the old wrestlers out to make room for these new wrestlers. And then they are putting the older wrestlers on like a part-time schedule and then trying to figure out, like, especially for the women, they haven't got no respect for the women veterans. You know what I'm saying? Like Natalia ain't really been on TV like that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who the other women veterans are, other than the obvious Charlotte and
Trish
Bailey. Trish Stratus just came back. But she had a one and done. She ain't gonna be there every week like that.
And it's funny because you don't really hear about any of the women veterans and legends once they transition out the ring, still holding a position in WWE as a coach, backstage producer, anything like that's really weird to me. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I think that needs to change, man. I think some of these women can put together some great matches, man. I know that you have certain talent like Jamie Noble, who was on main roster at one point and then transitioned to backstage and has been producing some absolute great matches, man. And then some of the other guys that's backstage that's been doing their thing. What's my man? Glorious.
Shane Helms is one. Abyss.
Shane Helms. Hurricane Helms is one. What's my man? Glorious. Bobby Roode. Yeah, Bobby Roode.
Even Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan, when he got injured, he immediately transitioned to backstage producer. And then you got Big E that's backstage and doing some correspondence and things like that. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I would love to see the women make that transition too, or have that open. But there has been some criticism as of late, especially with some of these releases, man. And one of the people that's been in the wrestling atmosphere as first, being released is concerned, man, is Carmella. And Carmella expressed some of her concerns about, when she's been with the company for about 12 years, and then she stepped away to have a baby with Corey Graves, and then she was released from her contract, I guess, while she was home. And she's criticizing the company about, hey, I was on maternity leave. I didn't expect me to go out this way.
Right.
Maybe it's a little bit blowout or blowback from the Corey Graves thing, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, because back then you could be like, oh, Vince is mad at whoever, so he chose to, you know what I'm saying? But now you can't really point fingers now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many departments and different people. So you can't see if whoever had personal feelings against certain wrestlers that they released them or whatever. But I think that Carmella was a great talent. I think that she brought a lot to wrestling. She was a former women's champion. So I think that she deserved better than what she got. But right now, it's a good time for her to discover who she is outside of WWE, and if she wants to continue wrestling or her career in something else, maybe acting or something like that, maybe along the lines of something that she can get into. But Godspeed to Carmella, man. I don't think that was right the way they did her, but they let other women go off like Becky Lynch and then go off, have a baby, and then come back. You know what I'm saying? So
Alexa Bliss is another one. She went off, had a baby, came back.
Yeah. So I don't think that the baby part was the reason why she got fired. Evidently timing is kind of jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Carmella. I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll find something else to do. She's a great influencer, so I'm pretty sure she won't have a hard time trying to find something in social media or something in wrestling or media that she would like to do.
To pursue.
But yeah.
Real quick, I got a cheap, shameless plug. So shout out to my baby. She went out. We had planned to get home and cook. And she went out and grabbed me a pizza.
All right. The most healthiest unhealthy man in history, right?
Listen, if you want to be able to eat like this and still keep your fitness and everything else together, contact me right here today. I can help you eat like this and look like that. You see them abs? You see them abs? See them arms? Holla at your boy Roosevelt.
You can eat all the carbs you want.
All the carbs you want.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. So we also had, let's go ahead and transition to the men's Royal Rumble. I'm sorry, not Royal Rumble. The men's Elimination Chamber match. I thought it was a good match. I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep during a piece of it. I don't know why. I was just watching it. And I woke up and then John Cena won. So I was like, oh, snap. Okay. So I missed a large part of it. But the men's match was good. I mean, they had some really good spots, man. Yeah, it was a good fight. I thought the women's was better.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, you know what I'm saying? But the men's had that shock and awe moment after the. First of all, we were all shocked that John Cena ended up being the winner of that. And when I saw that, I was so shocked because I didn't think that they were going to do John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. But they ended up doing John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And I was like, somebody is going to have to be the bad guy here. It's no way that they're going to do two baby faces at WrestleMania. And maybe they could have did it in a way that it was classy and really competitive, but it didn't need that at the time. I think we needed this shock and awe moment. And something that we saw that we thought that we would never, ever see is your boy John Cena turning heel. Mm-hmm. Now, he's been hitting at this for some while. And you had some words to say to Mr. John Cena. Beautiful people, let's listen up to see what Roosevelt had to say about your boy John Cena.
Why? Why is anybody even surprised at this point? I told you. I've said it time and time again that John Cena cares about nobody and nothing but himself. Michael Cole said, why did John Cena need to sell out? John Cena sold out years ago when he left and went to Hollywood. I told you guys, all this talk about hustle, loyalty, and respect, only thing John Cena has ever done with those three words is hustle the entire wrestling business. He's hustled all of the fans. He showed loyalty to himself, and he respects nobody. I've been saying this for a very long time, John, that you're a fake. And last night, you showed us that you're just a bitch. I'm still calling your ass out. I still want that fight. And now, more than ever, I want to expose you for the sucker that you are. Answer my call, John. Answer the call of the man named Roosevelt. The guy who likes to fight.
Boy, he pulled out some old words. He called John Cena a sucker. I want to prove you the sucker. Mm-hmm. Might as well call him a jive turkey. The old jive turkey, John Cena.
Go fish eye, fool.
Yeah. Oh, poop butt ass. Brought out some old ass. Old insults.
Small spot in the head ass.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, oh, African booty scratching. You pulled out the old insults to John Cena. Man, how did you feel? We saw how you felt about it, but what do you think about the whole John Cena turning heel finally and joining forces with The Rock?
Honestly, John didn't really put his all into it. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I was expecting, as we said last week, Joshua Torero. Jacob Torero.
I think that's what we got.
I didn't feel Jacob Torero with that. I felt John Cena, old man John Cena, trying to do something outside of his norm. I didn't feel Jacob Terrell. Jacob Terrell had a little bit more of I don't give a damn attitude to him. You know what I'm saying? John Cena was more like, well, you know, I'm going to hit him with this belt right here, right? And when he get up, I'm going to wait and I'm going to hit him again. And the facial expression just didn't do it for me. He had that old man grumpy look, like, ooh, you kids better get out of my yard. It didn't really do it for me. And then in the Rock joint.
How many fingers does he need?
Oh man, exaggeration.
Hold on, what's that?
It's like he caught a cramp midway. Just
yeah. Hold on, let me get all my arthritis.
Yeah, for me, man. But I'm interested to see how it's all going to play out. In some way, somehow, I'm going to be in the mix of this because I'm going to whoop John Cena's ass. But the thing that got me out of all of this was, what was the need for Travis Scott?
Okay.
Exactly. The fact that you had to exhale before you said anything says everything.
Well, this is the thing. WWE has never shied away from using pop stars in major storytelling aspects of wrestling. So to see Travis Scott there, it made sense from a WWE. Why not get one of the biggest rappers? I guess I don't listen to his music, but why not get one of the biggest rappers in the world to be in the ring with the biggest star in the world, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and the box office darling John Cena. I mean, I thought that the aesthetics of it was cool. I guess it pulled some viewers that normally wouldn't have tuned in to WWE to see what was going on. First of all, let me say this. John Cena turning heel is the biggest heel turn of all time.
You see the press conference?
He just came in and dropped the mic. He didn't need to say nothing.
He didn't
after that. Nothing. John Cena turning heel.
Old man Cena
was the biggest heel turn of all time. Argue with your mama. It ain't nothing even close. If people gonna say Hogan turned into the NWO, no. This is different. This is pure, unadulterated cinema right here. And the fact that John Cena is at the end of his career, has months left on his career, and is brave enough to turn complete heel, I think it is brilliant. I think that we're going to see probably some of the best acting from John Cena that we have ever seen in any movie that he's ever been in. You know what I'm saying? I think that John Cena turning heel will challenge him in a lot of different ways. And to be honest with you, I would give heel John Cena the belt. You know what I'm saying? I would give heel Cena the belt. And like I said last week, John Cena is not out of the realm of selling his soul, because I 100% believe somebody asked The Rock, I can give you everything that you want. Mm-hmm. You just have to give me your soul. Mm-hmm. And I believe that these men have experienced that. So for me, seeing soulless ass Rock in there with soulless ass Travis Scott in there with soulless Cena, it's just a whole bunch of evil going on. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need in the good guy versus bad guy. Now, those two stark differences, man, I wanted to make this a very interesting heel run for John Cena going into WrestleMania and throughout the entire year. Hold on. I got a comment, and I'm gonna debunk this. You know what I'm saying? We got a comment from Facebook. Hogan turning was the biggest heel turn. Fans were upset, throwing things, making a mess of the ring. Cena turning was shock, but not the biggest. Okay. We can debate that because Hogan turning was big for the industry. Hogan turning was big for the industry because it ushered in a new era of attitude to the wrestling world. Cena's is just as impactful because now we're in the Netflix era. And before, the biggest heel of all time was Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Now John Cena has come back into the mix. And for him to be and this is the difference because Hulk Hogan was still wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Cena is at the end of his career and decided to be a heel. And I 100% believe that this Cena's heel turn will be the greatest heel turn of all time. It's gonna be hard pressed for you to convince me otherwise, because this is going to be on a whole different level from when Hogan turned into Hollywood Hogan to the NWO. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a lot of people may disagree with me and say Hogan turning was probably the greatest heel turn of all time. What's another good heel turn that you remember?
It would have to be Seth Rollins.
They were already a heel group, though, so that was more betrayal.
They were babyface. They were a babyface group.
When has the Shield ever been a babyface group?
Right. Stone Cold Steve Austin had his moments where people felt like he was a heel, but he was a babyface.
That was different because Hogan. I mean, he was still a heel. He was doing heel stuff even as a babyface. That's different. The Shield coming in was a heeled faction, and they remained a heel faction up until the end. That was a betrayal. I don't think that was a heel turn, but that was a pivotal moment in the careers of all three men because it changed the course and the direction and trajectory of all of their singles runs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm trying to think of like another shocking, absolute heel turn that we've seen that had like huge implications. Right now, I can't think of other than I guess the New Day, but that was anybody like really shocked. I mean, they booed the New Day. That's great. Yeah, I can't really think of one that's on the magnitude of a Hogan or a Cena turning heel. So Best Damn Nation, if you can give me one, some of the greatest heel turns of all time, let's talk about it. Now I'll go ahead and read it online or go ahead and put it in the group. But yeah, this Cena heel turn is different. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Cena better not come out with them daggone jean shorts and them sneakers.
He gonna come out with the jean shorts and sneakers. Maybe he might come out with some glasses,
jean shorts and some sneakers. He almost needs to emulate what I do. He needs to go out there in a suit. He needs to walk out there because think about it. The Rock didn't go out there in his wrestling trunks. The Rock went out there and wrestled in some dress pants.
Wait,
last year.
Oh, I mean, The Rock went back to his Versace look. You know what I'm saying? So that was his heel attire.
And I think John Cena needs to do the same thing.
Yeah, so John Cena's heel attire, I don't know what that may look like. Maybe his heel attire, he might wear trunks. Not trunks, but he might wear wrestling drawers. I don't know what y'all call them.
Trunks. But no, that would look stupid. That would look really stupid.
Why? Why would that look stupid? He's never wrestled in trunks before. And he already went out naked during the Emmys, Oscars. One of them, he had went out there butt ass naked. So I don't think that.
I think in terms of ring gear, you need to go from a point of almost having nothing on to more clothes. One the other way makes no sense.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If John Cena want to go out there and piss some people off, this how you do it. You want John Cena's ring attire? Huh? You want it?
Don't do it.
Right there. That's John Cena's ring attire. So
look
when he hold up there,
don't he look like Ernest P. Worrell?
What's that?
Don't he look like Ernest?
You talking about Ernest?
Yes. Ernest P. Worrell. Yeah, Ernest scared stupid. Ernest goes to camp. Yeah, that's Ernest right there.
Ernest Scared Stupid was probably one of my favorites as a kid. With the gremlins in it. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, John Cena. Listen, I think that this is great. I can't wait to see what actually happens. The Rock and John Cena aligning is amazing, first of all. You know what I'm saying? I think those two, arguably two of the biggest actors on the planet right now, are teaming up.
The history between the two of them, the rivalries they've had.
Yeah, the rivalry, the history, the stories, and then both of them being at the top of Hollywood. And then, Cena is still competing with The Rock.
In the middle.
Well, mid high level tier, they compete. You know what I'm saying? The Rock got his franchises. Cena got his franchises too. He got the whole DC. What is it? Suicide Squad, and what's the character? The Peacemaker. He got that whole franchise. You know what I'm saying? So John Cena will forever be Peacemaker now. You know what I'm saying?
Better than Black Adam.
Yeah, better than Black Adam. Listen, Black Adam. I thought Black Adam was good when I first saw it, but it wasn't. The only reason why Black Adam was good, because I went to the 4D. They had a 4D theater in Apex in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And you go there and it's like you sit in the chairs and the chairs move and it shoot water and stuff at your face and you can feel the fans and laser lights and all kind of stuff going on. It's a full body experience. I went to go see Black Adam starring The Rock at the 4D theater, and it felt like The Rock whooped my ass for 2 hours. I was so beat up. My back hurt. My leg hurt. My popcorn was all over the floor. And then the pieces of the movie that I saw, it was while I had a headache, so I couldn't tell if it was really good or not. But after I went home and watched it, and it was just like horrible. It was god awful. So, yeah, it wasn't that great. So The Rock won't be synonymous with that Black Adam. I think that's going to be buried. So just like Shaq with Steel. You know what I'm saying? Although I enjoyed Steel a lot more than I did Black Adam. But yeah, I think that two of the largest superstars joining forces, man, in this medium, I think this is going to be great. And it's going to challenge both The Rock, and I think it's going to challenge John Cena. And it's going to challenge the fans, man, of what they think about John Cena. And, he's pretty much going to be just tarnishing his career and everything that he's been building up over the years within this last couple of months, man. And I think that he's going to be remembered and revered for it. And John Cena might be put in a position where if he wanted to come back to WWE as that character or as a prominent role, that he can step into that, just like The Rock with the Final Boss character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and two things that came out of this, and then we'll move on to the next thing, is that Travis Scott is actually training to be a professional wrestler. He is down at the Performance Center, and he's taking his bumps and learning the ropes. After Elimination Chamber was done, I heard, saw a video of him meeting Triple H backstage, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to go get back in the ring. Like I'm thinking about going to buy rings and put them on every house that I have." Rappers, why do you have so many houses? You got one body. I don't understand. But we'll get to that in another show. And then another thing was Ric Flair making a comment with his old ass saying if he got to find a way to get to WrestleMania, make sure Cody wins, he gonna do whatever he got to do because he's not gonna let John Cena take his legacy and take his highest number of championships. He's not gonna let it happen. So
see, that's a whole nother can of worms, right? That's a whole nother can of worms if Ric Flair gets involved. That's like now that right there is blending reality. This whole kayfabe thing kind of gets misconstrued in that standpoint, because I'm pretty sure Ric Flair doesn't want anybody to break his record,
right?
But if somebody does, I'm pretty sure that he would be cool with John Cena breaking his record. But at the end of the day, if you set a record, you don't really want nobody to break your record. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. Like if you set a record in high school for track and field, and you held that record for 10 years, and then there's all of a sudden this new hot stud is coming, and he running faster than everybody and coming almost break your record, you're gonna be happy that somebody broke your record, but you're not gonna really be happy that somebody broke your record. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why Ric Flair is like, hey, let me come in, let me do something, have me help Cody in some type of way. But the reality is the WWE don't really want to see Ric Flair old ass in the ring no more.
But Stone Cold Steve Austin did make a comment, and people were not expecting him to say anything, but he made a comment. Hey, if you need me, I'm there. So we're gonna see what happens.
I don't know, because he wasn't there last year. So why you gonna be there this year? I don't know. Stick to your guns, Steve Austin. Stick to your guns. Yeah. If you want to help Cody, you should have helped him last year.
It's a bigger moment. It's a bigger moment, I think, for Stone Cold.
This is 100% a bigger moment. Last year was a breakout moment. This year is just a big moment altogether. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be very, very, very interesting. The other question is, where does Roman Reigns fit? Are you going to have a WrestleMania without Roman Reigns? Now, Roman Reigns is he's still not a babyface, so he didn't go completely babyface. He doesn't have his bloodline. He doesn't have anything really going on. And if you insert Roman Reigns right now, it won't make sense. It's going to feel forced, and the fans are going to revolt against it. So, do you leave Roman Reigns off of this WrestleMania?
You have to.
You have to?
He literally does not have anything to do. The new bloodline has nothing to do. Only thing that's really going to build with this new bloodline is Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
I don't even want to see that
happening right now.
I don't even want to see that. I know that they are pointing to it, and they might have Jacob Fatu versus Solo. You know, but after that, what's the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
let Jacob Spear get a rocket in his ass and let them sit down.
He already got one. Being Solo Sikoa, I ain't gonna put him on a higher plane. You gotta feed him somebody.
It gets him away from Solo completely.
Okay. So what does that mean?
You pretty much had Solo by himself once he beat Roman Reigns. He just kind of went off a little bit until Roman just kept coming back. Roman just kept coming back until he beat him. Now, if you do, because Jacob unexpectedly came in and was like, that's a star right there. Your eyes are fixated on him. And it was just like Solo when he first came in, your eyes was fixated on him. Because he's like, yo, this dude right here is something serious. This guy's something sinister. Jacob Fatu, when he speaks, you believe it. When he said, yo, I'm gonna walk in this ring and I'm gonna bust your ass. You understood that what he said he gonna do, he's gonna do. You know
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, he can get the rocket up his ass without being involved with Solo. But then the fans are always going to keep asking, what if? What if Solo and Jacob? Let him go ahead and beat him since Solo on his ways wherever he gonna go. Let Jacob go ahead and get a championship or something or whatever. Whatever they want to do with him, let that man have his by himself. And like I said, it's unexpected because everyone they consistently said he ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
He ain't supposed to be here. Won't nobody supposed to touch that man. He won't even supposed to be able to leave the country. Y'all done made a way for him to leave the country. Y'all done got him a passport. He on planes and whatnot. He ain't even supposed to be here. But he here. And since he here, he busting ass.
Yeah. 100%. And I love Jacob Fatu. I think that the problem with Solo is they didn't really give Solo a lot of talking points. And so people couldn't really build their opinion around Solo. They wanted Solo to be good because he was the new hot upstart. But Solo didn't really talk until he took over the bloodline. And when he did speak,
he talked too much.
Yeah, but it didn't really connect with the fans the way it's supposed to. When they let Jacob be Jacob, and when he started cutting the promos and using some of that Bay Area lingo and really showed that he's a threat in that ring, they took the reins off of. They still got reins on them because they're not crazy, but they loosened it up a little bit, let him talk and let him be himself, and that organically got over with the people. You know what I'm saying? With Solo, it feels like Solo was a little, I ain't gonna say it, a little forced on us. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to see Solo do good, but Solo's gonna have to go into a whole different character change and really connect with fans. And I don't know how he's gonna do that without the whole bloodline, without Roman being there, without just by himself. I don't know if he has the acting chops in the segments to be able to get over with fans.
Yeah.
The way he's supposed to. Now, we already knew once Jacob got there that Jacob they were going to put that strap on him. He was going to go. And they were worried that he was going to overshadow Solo Sikoa. And now the moment has proven itself. He has overshadowed Solo Sikoa in that standpoint. But Jacob Fatu will definitely be a star. He will definitely be the next tribal chief. I think that if they really wanted to do something, put Roman against Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania, and I think people they'll gravitate to that match.
Yeah.
Although that match will be slow and boring and methodical for the first 3 to 5 minutes, it's gonna be just an ass itching for about a good 5 minutes, and then it's gonna pick up at the end. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the bloodline members got to go somewhere, but right now it's looking like that Roman Reigns will not be in this WrestleMania, and it's looking like that Seth Rollins will be the opposition to CM Punk, which I'm excited to see that. You got John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, which heel John Cena is money. And then that makes Cody Rhodes even more of a babyface. And we'll see who comes to Cody's rescue this time. But it seems like everybody that came to help Cody either got beat up or left to die. So, you know what I'm saying? KO and Sami Zayn and Randy Orton all messed up over Cody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see Cody coming to none of their age right now. So we'll see. But this WrestleMania is shaping up to be something great, something spectacular, man. Anything else from that night? First, Travis Scott. I want to go back to Travis Scott because he punched the hell out of Cody. He legit. He legit clocked his ass. He hit him with a solid punch to the face. I don't think Cody was expecting that, even though Cody was, you can hit me, whatever the case may be. I don't think that he expected him to lay it in like that. It sounded solid. You know what I'm saying? He definitely connected with some meat. But the thing that I like is when a lot of these wrestlers, and mind you, matter of fact, we've been looking for Drake ass for months. You know where we found him at? We found him at Elimination Chamber sitting behind the commentary table with Lil Yachty. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All of your favorite rappers are wrestling fans. Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. Don't get it twisted. You looking at us like we're all of your favorite rappers. I don't care if you a street dude. All of your favorite rappers are wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Name one. I guarantee you they watch wrestling at some point in their life. And they now they watching it now. They coming to these shows. They showing up. WWE, and we talked about this a long time ago. WWE has embraced that hip hop pop star element. Mm-hmm. And they're involving it more into the music. And you seen The Rock had a hell of an entrance, man, when he came in and he had in Louisiana. Yeah. And he had Lil Wayne at the beginning of his song. Oh my God. Oh my bro. The fanboy in me. I started freaking out. I heard the Lil Wayne. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then the rock music hit, and I'm like, yo, that has to be one of the greatest entrances that I've seen from The Rock. Because just the fact that he recognized that, Lil Wayne at Louisiana artist in Louisiana is a big thing. And so he wanted to incorporate that. And I'm glad that he was able to incorporate Lil Wayne's music into his music. And you're starting to see all these rappers and entertainers that are coming to these wrestling events, that are wanting to jump into the ring, that are want to do some of these things that these wrestlers have done. You mentioned that Travis Scott, he got the wrestling bug now. Now all of a sudden, oh my God, this is a different energy. He said it himself, hey man, this is better than, I don't want to say it, but this is better than performing. Mm-hmm. Music is better than performing music. The vibe, the energy that you get from it, it ain't nothing like it. And you can see the excitement all over him. It's the same thing that happened to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny got the wrestling bug bad. And I'm surprised he ain't going to be in this WrestleMania right now, or he didn't show up at the Royal Rumble. But a lot of these rappers are starting to get into this whole wrestling thing, man, and want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So I love that aspect of it. I love that WWE has now really embraced hip hop and are putting a lot of these people on Front Street and having people like Jey Uso and now The Rock and then other wrestlers introduce some of these entertainers to the WWE wrestling crowd. Little side note, Canada booed the hell out of the national anthem in the beginning of the event for Elimination Chamber, man. The Canadian crowd was not here for it. And I keep telling people that You know, even though it's wrestling, man, these is politics, bro. You don't think that WWE going into these other countries that they don't have to get clearance to do that?
Right.
You know, you don't think that when they go and they are taking over a whole town, whether it be locally or overseas, that's not being noticed?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that when WWE went to Saudi Arabia for the first time, you don't think that they had to get that cleared to be able to do that
In the middle of a war?
in the middle of a war? Are you so? Hey man, it's bigger than wrestling.
And this is what I've said for a long time. If you want to end a war in any capacity, put on a wrestling show. Put on a wrestling show, bro. It is the craziest thing. Like we just said, when WWE went to Saudi Arabia for the first time, they had a ceasefire. These fools that were shooting at each other are at the wrestling show cheering. Hey man, you hate that guy? Yeah, I hate that guy. Hell yeah, whatever you say, yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
What was that? Kill you tomorrow. Yep, same year. Yep. Put on a wrestling show. Let's just look. You want to end the war in Ukraine? Put on a wrestling show. You want to end?
So you telling me to end the war in Ukraine? You got to put Zelensky and Putin in a wrestling ring together, and they got to duke it out.
Hey, let them walk. Let them walk their favorites to the ring. I don't give a Put on a wrestling show, bro.
Put on a wrestling show.
Put on a wrestling show. Tell me a moment in life where you were going through something so terrible that if you watched wrestling, you didn't forget about it in that moment. That's what wrestling does for people. You can be going through look at Make-A-Wish. Look at all these kids. And all kinds of things going on with their life, and a wrestler shows up and they forget that they're going through that situation. Until now.
Like John Cena said, man.
Break-A-Wish Foundation. That's what it is.
Break-A-Wish Foundation.
Before we close the show up, I want to talk about a show. PLE is coming up. I believe it's this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday in my hometown of New York at Madison Square Garden, which is going to be very big for NXT. NXT is hosting Roadblock. It used to be a WWE pay-per-view. Now it belongs to NXT. And on the card, we have Jordan Grace versus Roxanne Perez, which is definitely going to be a really good match. Jordan Grace made the transition from TNA to WWE, so she is 100% WWE now. So that is going to be really, really interesting. We have a street fight between Ethan Page and Javon Evans, which is going to be really, really good. Shout out to Javon Evans, North Carolina native, young kid, went out there and got busy. Then we have the NXT Women's Championship match. It's actually a winner takes all match. It's the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's North American Championship. We got Julia versus Stephanie Valkyrie. This is the one you two talked about earlier. That should be a really, really good match. Then we have the TNA World Tag Team Championship on the line between Matt and Jeff Hardy versus Nathan Frazier and Axiom, which is going to be amazing. If you don't watch the show for anything else, you should be watching this show just for that match by itself, along with the street fight. We can't take away from street fight, but that match right there. And then the match of all matches, the Titan versus the Titan. This is like Darkseid versus Thanos, okay? Obafemi versus Moose for the NXT Championship. In the words of Big E, it's a lot of meat slapping. Pause. But this is some two big dudes that are going to be throwing each other around. And I watched Moose NXT debut against what's the boy name?
Lexus King.
Lexus King. And Moose is out there doing moonsaults and whatnot. And man, that size should not be able to move like that. And then Obafemi is out there taking slams and then popping right back up and looking at you like, bring it, brother. That is going to be a match to be talked about for years.
Big sweaty men slapping meat.
Slapping meat.
Yeah.
So tune in. Check your local listings to find out what time and when it's going to be on, where it's going to, where you can see it. It's going to be on the Peacock app.
So on Peacock, you can watch big sweaty men slapping meat.
It's going to be on the CW on Tuesday.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be on the CW on Tuesday. So it's not a PLE. It's going to be on the CW for the United States and on Netflix internationally. So you make sure you tune in and check that out. It's going to be good.
That's going to be good. I got to figure out how to get CW, man. I don't have that on my channels. I was looking. I was like, I don't got CW on it. So I got
it's a regular station. It's a regular local station.
I ain't got regular cable. I got a bunch of apps that have like channels. So I gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but that's gonna be good, man. I can't wait to see that. Congratulations to Moose, man, for coming to WWE. I know that in a couple of interviews he said that he didn't really have a desire to come to WWE, or that he was happy where he was in TNA and being on the independents. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. You know, when people come to the big dance, they happy. So all that shit that they said before, they go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gotta have WWE. Well, you know what? It's nice to be here. I appreciate everybody that's been here.
You know what I had said before? Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about what I said before. I was bitten, you know. I was just bitten. Oh man, real quick, man. It's been a great show. WWE 2K has just dropped a new list of people, man, and they got your boy New Jack on there, also with other slew of people. I see D'Lo Brown on there, Billy Gunn, New Jack, of course, and I'm excited to shout out to New Jack, Bull O'Connor, not Bull O'Connor, Bull Knocker. What is it? Bull. Let me say Bull. That is way too tiny for me to see, but it's a bunch of people on there.
You got Great Khali, you got Abyss. 3 NBA stars are going to be up there, which is going to be announced pretty soon. So that should be really cool. Alex Shelley, that's cool. Chris Sabin up there, Julia, Stephanie Valkyrie. So a list of superstars that just got to WWE are up there. Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, D'Lo Brown, Victoria, Mark Henry, Jesse the Body Ventura, Mr. Wonderful, Trish Stratus, Junkyard Dog, and the one and only Sid Justice. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, man. So that's going to be interesting. If you got the 2K game, man, go ahead and download that pack, and you can play with some absolute legends in the game, and that is so exciting. I might have to go ahead and get it. Now, I bought the last 3 2Ks, and I have not played them at all. So I got 2024 up there freshly downloaded. I bought it on my birthday, and I have not played it not one time. So I got to do better. So I don't know if I'm gonna do this one, but I'm gonna try to play that 2K24 and get. Well, once the controls changed a little bit, I kind of lost interest. You know what I'm saying? The controls keep changing. And I'm like, I like the way it was before. So, yeah, but shout out to everybody that plays that. Maybe we got to play that and put it on our Twitch stream. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on Twitch right now. We might, try to do a game day for y'all, man, and play 2K24, 2K25.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Since I'm coming to Phoenix next month anyway,
Mm-hmm.
let's do it then.
All right, we can do it then.
Let's find us time to do it then. And we will stream it. You see me able to put the smackdown on your candy ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass with Dominic Mysterio, boy. I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. Oh man. Oh, real quick, man. I know somebody else that was a little heartbroken about John Cena's turn. Your boy Ron Killings, man. He liked your video that you completely destroyed John Cena on.
Absolutely. Shout out to R-Truth, man. That's my
Shout out to R-Truth, man.
That's my dog.
Yeah. Member of the Best Damn Crew. Roosevelt, man, before we end the show, anything else? Any topics that we need to touch on?
Nah, man, I think we good, man. I mean, as we always say, make sure y'all tune in next week when there's the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast every week. Shout out to all our sponsors. We will be dropping some new commercials really, really soon.
Yeah. Been kind of lazy on that, you know what I'm saying? Life, we got a lot going on.
Our bad. This one's on us.
Yeah. Straight up. Shout out to all our sponsors.
Life be happening. If y'all want to send us some money and make these things happen a little bit faster.
Yeah, just it'll be nice. You know what I'm saying? We ain't begging or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just saying that it'll be nice if y'all want to send us some dollars. We got a Patreon, so you can go and join our Patreon if you want to. www.patreon.com/the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And you can join your boys. We got all kind of stuff up there, some exclusives for you to be able to take advantage of. So if y'all want to support your boys, you can go to our Patreon and support us on our Patreon. Other than that, you can join our page and go to www.bestdamnwrestlingpodcast.com, and you can see the latest that's on there. You can book some training with Roosevelt, man, and all kind of stuff. So we're excited. Come and join us and support your boys at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, and go to the bestdamnwrestlingpodcast.com and see what we got going on. Check out some old interviews. Look at the blog that we got up there. You can check out the new program, one-on-one with LP. And like I said, you can go ahead and book a session with the one and only Roosevelt, the fighter.
And speaking of LP, if you guys happen to be in the North Carolina area and you are into fashion and you want to see a very amazing production be put down, guys, going out to the greatest fashion show, Cirque de la Mode. All right, LP put some words together.
Yeah. Cirque de la Mode.
Circus of Fashion. So you guys come on out. It's happening May 3rd at the Durham Armory, 212 Foster Street, Durham, North Carolina, 27704.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let me just real quick do a real quick rundown of some of our sponsors, just because we want to show some love to everyone that support us. And you can click on the link and support the sponsors. You can also go to our website and click on some of the links there and support our sponsors. It goes a long way. So shout out to Burkle. That's in the Amazon marketplace. If you need some kitchen machinery, Burkle got what you need. Shout out to Brickhouse Nutrition for supporting us. Brickhouse Nutrition supplements, Cigars International. If you want a good stogie, go to Cigars International. Force Factor, which is they do nutritional supplements. We also got FragranceShop.com. Shout out to FragranceShop.com. Giardelli Chocolates, which has been supporting us for some time now. Health Labs Now. Shout out to Nature Made, which is one of our main sponsors that we have on the show. Also, Pete's Coffee. So if you like some good coffee, holler at Pete's, and you go on our sites, man, and click on Pete's, and we got some good discounts for you with Pete's Coffee. Shout out to Rite Aid for being the sponsor of the show. Also, Russell Stover's Chocolates. We love chocolate on the show, boy. So shout out to Russell Stovers, STDcheck.com. If you got a little burning sensation down below, go to STDcheck.com and you can check out some of your symptoms from the comfort of your own home. So shout out to them. Tour Hub, is another one of our sponsors. Trip.com. If you need some great deals on travel and vacation, go to Trip.com. Upside app. Also points and through points, Hilton Honors and Marriott Bonvoy. Shout out to them. They sponsor us too. And Fanatics. And so we just don't have the WWE shop, but we also have the NHL shop, the NFL shop, the NBA shop, all of those shops. So if you like fan sports gear, shout out to our partner Fanatics. And you can go to WWE Shop, get your WWE gear. Or if you like sports in general, just go to our website, click on some of them links, and support something for our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Roosevelt, it's been a great show. We got to end it with a final word. Do you have a final word for the beautiful people?
Yeah, man. My final word is live responsibly. Take accountability for everything you do and live responsibly, man. A lot of us, we move around and we deal with life almost recklessly sometimes. And I get it. You want to live, but if you're going to live responsibly. That's a good word from your boy Roosevelt on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
Oh man, live and drink responsibly. It's just a good word for your boy Roosevelt, the fighter. This is what I'll say. My final word for today is that you cannot always be motivated, but you can always be disciplined. And when motivation is not present, discipline should take over. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, I've said this a lot of times, like, I don't quite feel motivated to do something. I don't feel like doing it. I'm in my gym right now. I got a home gym. I ain't been in my home gym in some time now. So I need to lift some of these weights. I need to hit that punching bag over there. And in times where I don't quite feel motivated to do it, that's when my discipline should step up. That's when me coming in here at 5 o'clock in the morning needs to be scheduled. That's when I need to be tough on myself and to motivate my body to do things that my mind is saying I'm not motivated to do. I need to allow my discipline to kick in, and you need to allow your discipline to kick in to be able to do certain things in your life that motivation can't always, when motivation is not present. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not motivated, allow the discipline in your life to take over to be able to move you forward. You know what I'm saying? So when motivation is missing, then your discipline needs to kick in and kick your ass. That is the final word from your boy, Brian Renegade. Oh, man. I'm excited. We on the road to WrestleMania. It's a lot of stuff going on. John Cena just turned heel. We'll see how that plays out. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, man. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. It's a good time to be a fight fan. Because sooner or later, once the food run out, it's going to be the land of the gladiators. So, yeah, there's always going to be some money to be made on some fights. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is it's a crazy, turbulent time. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, it's a lot of stuff that's happening in the world. Not me personally, and this is a little side. I've worked in emergency management for some years. I I've worked in disaster relief for some years. The thing that I will say is that everybody is always caught off guard when the disaster happens. You know what I'm saying? And the people that get through it are the people that are prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? So these are turbulent times that we are living in. Prepare yourself, prepare your family. Talk to your neighbors, see who and what is around you. Stock up on food and water.
Electricity, generators.
Have protection for yourself. You know what I'm saying? All of those things, because I would rather you be prepared than suffering. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have to. So, like I say, a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. A lot of weather. Y'all just had some tornadoes and storms in North Carolina today, right?
And what's crazy is my school was having a tornado drill scheduled today. We scheduled the drill for Friday because they said, well, we're going to reschedule just in case something happens. And we end up having a real...
Y'all should have had that. That was perfect time.
We ended up having a real tornado touchdown, and we all really had... It was no drill. It was the real... Yeah. So it was very interesting. Everyone kind of getting together and made things happen the way we needed to. But I would even say go as far as learning another language. Train your mind to do things that you just never thought that you would need.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I say this to people all the time. They used to ask me, just about certain things that I do and why I've done them. Like for instance, I can tie my shoes, I can tie a tie, I can do whatever I need with just one hand. And it doesn't matter which hand it is. I'm right hand dominant, but I can do it with either hand. Just in case. And I taught myself that decades ago. Just having a futuristic mindset. And it helped me in the long run when I broke my hand with wrestling and I only had one hand to be able to operate and sustain life, and I lived alone. So just in case, you just never know. Learn how to drive your car with your left and your right foot. Just in case. Learn how to drive backwards. Just in case. We live in a world where everything is possible now. And people say, oh, you think about things that might happen. Yes, I do, because it might happen.
It might happen. Because you know why? Because things happen.
Yeah, there is no more of there's no way that could happen. It is every way that it can happen now. So prepare yourself for everything.
Absolutely, man. Prepare yourself for everything. And one last message from your boy John Cena. Beautiful people, best damn nation. John Cena, we coming for you. We will see you next week on the next best damn wrestling podcast. You see how we did that? I saw it. Yeah, we here. We here. We did that. Yeah, beautiful people. We bid you adieu.